Welcome Autogefühl fans for another episode here from the Paris Motor Show, and we've recently shown the all-new Audi TT Coupe and the all-new Audi TTS. Check out that video in the video description if you haven't done so far. And now here in Paris, Audi has presented the Audi TT Roadster. This one here especially is the all-new TTS already, so well, it arouses much more attention when it's already the TTS version. About the differences between the normal TT, S-Line and TTS, you can also check out the Coupe video. I've explained that one in detail there. Well, about the convertibility now, it is so beautiful in my opinion, especially one of the main factors of a very simple but beautiful car is that you got this very straight design line which is carried out here. So what are the differences basically? Well, not so much differences. The chassis is a little bit altered. For example, you have a stiffer A-pillar in the front. That's of course very important for the convertible if the case happens and it turns around. Also you see the protection above your head, but just from the figures, it doesn't really happen a lot that, especially this car, would just flip around. Usually you just turn around, you slide around. It doesn't happen so much that it really flips. And that's quite good that it doesn't happen so much. So in general, you see, well, there's the open top, of course, it's classic soft top. Audi just uses soft tops, which is quite good, I think, because it has less weight than the hard top versions, and also you can close it until driving 50 kilometers an hour, so that's also quite practical if there's a sudden rain or something like that. It's happened to me a lot of the times when I was driving convertibles, so I'm still a soft top fan, I must say. In general, the interior is also taken from the all-new TT Coupe, of course, with a new virtual cockpit. And more about the details from design and also about the interior, we're now hearing from the respective Audi designer of that car.
Okay, welcome everyone. I'm Danny Garand, exterior designer at Audi Design, basically responsible for the exterior work as project designer for the TT third generation Coupe and Roadster. Today with us we have the reveal of the TT Roadster. The TT Roadster is the only derivative of the TT Coupe as we know from the first, the second and the third generation on the road today. The TT Roadster has a very interesting tweak, is that it wants to remain very sporty but at the same time very fluid. So we had to work very carefully the Coupe and the Roadster together to make sure that both cars they would be very well balanced. This balance we wanted to give as well to the Roadster the right peak on the side view of the car. That means on the first generation TT was clear that it was a car that was very symmetrical. It was almost we were almost in a position to say where's the front, where's the back. It's a very symmetrical design. With the new generation, we want to give a very clear direction. That means this diving front and this very focused front was leading to a very strong back and giving the car a very clear direction. To do so, we'll move towards the side of the car. The form language of the TT is very tensed. There's a lot of facets. We didn't use the circle as primitive geometry to design the new TT. We use a lot of tension, a lot of precision. But in this area here, this car is a very nice stance, and it breaks from this symmetrical design that I was just talking about. We have a line that is finishing very precisely and fitting and sitting the car very dynamically over the road. Having said that, the proportion of the body and the cabin is also on the Roadster very well maintained. We have, as we call, a Z-folding roof, which is a roof which is able to open in about 10 seconds. So it's a very quickly openable car. It's very well integrated in the old body work, and with the movable windshield, a perfect integration for maximum comfort on the TT. As we know from the coupe, the TT has this fantastic digital cockpit. The digital cockpit is also one answer to make the car as consequent as possible as being a sports car. That means everything that we did on this car, we wanted to vehiculate the fact that the TT is a sports car in all versions. That means the coupe and the roadster, they have a very, very strong sporty character, and the interior is supporting this philosophy as well. So all the axis, driver's axis, all the eyes are maintained on the road. There's minimal distraction to the driver, which optimize the feedback from the machine to the driver in very sporty moment and sporty drive. So it is a very fantastic approach to rationalize and to optimize the assets of a sports car. So in a few words, we can say the TT is very true TT. The TT has found its way in the third generation with a lot of sporty character, a very masculine and very powerful stance to the ground, and at the same time a fantastic interior that brings the customer to enjoy a completely new world and driving experience. So now we found ourselves in the interior of this new TT. The interior is completely redesigned in a way that our designers, they thought about an airplane wing to express the lightness of the interior. That means it's a very horizontal and very slim dashboard. As we mentioned, the digital cockpit is taking all the distraction or the information that could eventually distract the driver from his field of vision and combine everything here in this digital cockpit. All commandos and all information that you need here are accessible from the steering wheel. That means a very, very nice steering wheel, a very small and very compact airbag. As you see now, it's very, very neat and very sleek. It's giving space for all the commandos and a lot of lightweight as well to be expressed by the steering wheel. And now we come to the point where the driver can modulate the information, primer information and secondary information as needed. Here you have a view button on the steering wheel that is taking the main information that you have as a driver. That means here on the TTS, the main information is giving as a tacho, so as a primary information, and can change through this view button the whole arrangement of this combi instrument, moving the scales on the side, reducing them, and giving the information needed at the point, the navigation information. That means everything that is needed is here in the axis of the driver's vision. So if we touch about Navi, if you touch about telephone, all the modes are changing here, and you have a very driver-focused design. To minimize and simplify and reduce the old design, the climate control elements are combined with the vents, which is very interesting. The vents, even if you turn the vents, the design remains always the same. So you have a very interesting reference point that giving you the flow of direction of flow. But what's very interesting too is that when you touch this commando on the vents, your fingers are feeling straight away what's happening from the machine. So you change the air temperature, you feel it straight on the fingertip. You change the air flow velocity, you change it straight away on the fingertip. So it's a very interesting tactile feedback from the machine to the driver. So very, very neat, very simplified in a horizontal axis. Is giving a very, very cleaned up design, and the TT with this fantastic new approach is absolutely consequent to its true value of being a sports car. So we enter a very modern world here with all the connectivity, with all the relationship from the outside world to the inside, from inside to outside. So we continue with a quick explanation how powerful is the new TT. The back, of course, needs to express a lot of power and a lot of stability, and the TT does this very, very well. First of all, with the fuel cap expressing as well as on the first generation TT, a very motorsport design, push-push activating and quick filling as the motorsports philosophy is. So it is a very interesting moment to express the sportive feeling of the car. But physically the TT is cutting itself in a very precise way here, and it's very different in its fundamental volume on the rear. The rear lamp, in combination with the third brake light integrated here underneath the spoiler, is stretching the car width. It's making the car even wider optically than it is in reality, and it's supporting this really, really nice wide stance that the TT and any sports cars need to express its potent power. So here we have a very cleaned up design, a very interesting night design, which is very consequent to the front. The front, which is coming from the R18 philosophy Le Mans cars, the two vertical are at the front and are used at the back. So we have a very clean, very roomed out design and expressing a lot of horizontal and powerful stance.
Right now we see here the virtual cockpit of the TT with our new user interface. The virtual cockpit combines the cluster instrument and the infotainment in one screen right in front of the driver, right behind the steering wheel. To operate the virtual cockpit, we have the central control unit at the center tunnel, or you can use the buttons at the steering wheel. We will use the steering wheel. We have two options to display all the information, one with the big instruments and one with the small instruments and a big infotainment screen in the center. What we see here is the navigation map. Here is displayed the Google Earth navigation map with all functionality you use from the center display in other cars. But we integrated all in our virtual cockpit. The basic functionality is with the left menu, where you have all the main functionality of the context. Or you go back and take the right options, which is the options menu, where you have like map settings in the navigation menu. Operation is basically done with the steering wheel. If you have both hands on the wheel, you can move to all content you have. You can go to the jukebox or go to any other external audio player if you have to, or you can switch to the radio and select any station you want to. And here it's the same like in the navigation menu. The right one is the options menu, and the left menu gives you all the main functionality. Basically, that's the main part of the virtual cockpit. Of course, we have integrated some more features. A really important feature is the MMI search. We integrated in the navigation and in the telephone. And if you enter any keyword you're looking for, you can enter it with the touchpad. For instance, I will search for the Tour de Eiffel in Paris, and you can just write it on the touchpad, and the MMI search gives you every result connected to your input. So if you're entering EI, it gives you the Eiffel Tower, or 8 acres, or every information connected to this input. And this makes it really easy to find your destination, your point of interest. What are you looking for?